Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now February 3rd of 2022, and we're only getting closer to the season finale of the Book of Boba Fett before we get closer to the marketing run for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which is all going to start in mid to late March, give or take, before, of course, the actual TV show arrives on Disney+. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So it's even all the more exciting right now is exactly what happened just yesterday with the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6. I still won't reveal any spoilers in case you guys have not seen it, but if you guys have seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, this is living proof that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau know exactly what the fans want to see, and exactly how they know Star Wars down to the core when it comes to the roots from George Lucas and the true philosophy of the franchise that Lucas created back in the 1970s. So, moving forward to where we are right now, alright? It is early February here. We're getting very close to all of the other Star Wars shows like The Bad Batch Season 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars Andor, Mando Season 3 this year. I mean, that's a total of 4 other TV shows that we have for the rest of 2022 before we move on to 23. Now, the thing about all of this is that we already know that the Ahsoka Tano series, the sets are being built very well and very smoothly before they begin filming. In fact, Rosario Dawson is already pre-planning for the role of Ahsoka. She's doing a lot of rehearsals, a lot of training as we speak before they begin filming the overall series. Now, on top of all of this, what's really intriguing has everything to do with what Disney has planned for the future of the Star Wars universe, and exactly how it's going to involve changing the history of the franchise, essentially. Now, given that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are now going to be using revolutionary technology for future Star Wars projects, many of which will be new de-aging technology that will be used to bring other characters to life again. However, it's noted that currently both Jon and Dave Filoni are getting ready to actually bring in the Ahsoka Tano TV series for Disney Plus that will provide fans a brand new era of Star Wars. Now, it's noted, however, that Disney has big plans with creator George Lucas to change the history of the Star Wars universe using the Mandoverse and for the character of Luke Skywalker in the new TV shows. One major plan by Disney CEO Bob Chapek is to essentially rewrite the entirety of Luke Skywalker's life in, of course, the Star Wars universe by changing the ways of the Jedi Order by accepting the concept of love and attachment, something that Luke, for now, does not believe in that he later will. It's something that Dave and Jon are building towards, and Grogu is going to be a big example of how this can work in later Mando episodes. So let me just stop right here for a second. So, basically what they are going to be doing as the first major step is changing Luke Skywalker's point of view on what the Jedi are supposed to be and exactly how the Jedi Order is supposed to be utilized or run by the Grand Master, essentially, right? So when you look at everything related to everything that happened in the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6 and what's to come in Chapter 7, it is opening up a gateway to possibilities. Now, we already know that Mando Season 3 is going to be very strong with the Force, as Dave Filoni said, and that means it's going to have a lot of cameos related to our Force-related characters that we all know and love, such as, of course, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and others out there. So, when you look at everything related to that, the fact that they are building towards changing the history of Luke Skywalker is a big deal, but this is just the beginning. So, this is so that George Lucas can create the Luke Skywalker's love interests, such as Mara Jade, who is set to appear in The Mandalorian Season 4, which, by the way, will not be called Season 4. This is described to later lead to a story development in which Luke Skywalker will have his very own son in the Star Wars universe that will be used in the new Star Wars TV shows for Disney+. George Lucas is described to be supervising all of this as it unfolds, and is directing Disney CEO Bob Chapek on how Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni should handle all of this. Now, this will later lead to some big retcons of the sequel trilogy movies, and especially to many of the Star Wars lore that was created by Disney during the sequels. Now, with George Lucas and Disney changing Star Wars history with Luke Skywalker's family and the Way of the Jedi Order, they are also changing other aspects of Luke's life, such as bringing in 3 separate Jedi temples that will be used in the Mandoverse, one of which will take place on Yavin 4, very much similar to Star Wars Legends. Aspects of Ben Solo will also be changed, and how this will impact the sequel trilogy movies made by Disney, and that John and Dave will be handling all of this in the very near future. It's something that Bob Chapek is very excited to begin working on by changing the history of Star Wars. Not just that, but the World Between Worlds in the Ahsoka Tano series will also be a game changer to changing history of the Star Wars universe from all 3 trilogies that will be something surprising to the fans. Now, this will involve changing certain fates of some of the characters, and it's something that Lucasfilm is being very careful with right now, as they know this could very well make things too easy to change everything too fast. They are using the World Between Worlds wisely and carefully in the Ahsoka show, and how it's going to change key points in the Star Wars timeline overall. Now, this is a very important thing that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to know, is that yes, the World Between Worlds is going to be making its way into the Ahsoka Tano series. There's already a major set that has been built for the show that's going to support all of that, and how they're going to use a lot of revolutionary CGI technology to kind of mix it in with that set piece. Now, the thing about the World Between Worlds is that you do have to be very respectful with that. You have to be very careful, because we have seen, judging from Star Wars Rebels, of how easy it can be to really kind of change everything all at once. Now, when you look at everything related to the Ahsoka Tano series, alright, they're going to be changing some fates of specific key characters in all 3 trilogies. Now, the biggest question of all is exactly, well, which characters are those going to be? Is it Ben Solo? Is it Anakin Skywalker? Is it Mace Windu? Is it something more around the lines of Darth Vader? We're not quite sure just yet, but many legacy characters, we're talking about big name characters, are going to have their fates changed in some way, shape, or form, with Ahsoka using the World Between Worlds in a sense. And basically, if you guys have not seen that episode in Star Wars Rebels, the World Between Worlds is basically time travel, or at least Dave Filoni's version of time travel. It doesn't work in a sense like Back to the Future, but it is more around the lines of using these portals, or these gateways that access time points that allow somebody to alter the past and or the future. And that's exactly what we're going to witness in the Ahsoka Tano series in 3 separate scenes. So, like I say, I think that they really have their head on straight. They know what they're doing. They're being very careful with this, but they are changing a lot of aspects of Star Wars history. At least what Disney originally intended to do is now being undone by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, etc., George Lucas, you name it. And Disney CEO Bob Chapek is aware about all of this. He's basically undoing a lot of what Bob Iger really initiated and was really pushing for, to kind of play things safe, to kind of keep things bare bones, and now they're changing all of that, thankfully. So we have a lot of things coming our way. We have a lot of great things coming our way in the Star Wars universe, and personally, I cannot wait to see exactly, what it's going to be like 3 years, 4 years, maybe even 5 years from now, and how we're going to look back at 2022 as the very beginning of this new Star Wars universe, the true beginning, if you will. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.